How to create wealth in 2025. If you watch any of my content, I'm always talking about how to start a business, how to influence the new currency, how to create an unfair advantage, and so on. But what I haven't really talked about is the mistakes that I've been making, and yes, I've made a lot of mistakes. First one was getting married, and my first divorce costing me $7 million. Starting down the wrong paths and starting the wrong types of businesses. I always try to start a couple of businesses at a time and see which one performs best. But generally, the ones that perform best are the ones that I like the most and I pay more attention to, right? But the most recent mistake that I've been making, and thank God for my advisors, because they're really the ones that are showing me, hey, or really the results are showing me that putting all your eggs in one basket, even though I, instruct my clients never to put all their eggs in one basket, I continually keep doing that, right? As an example, most of my clients, actually all of my clients, but one, come from TikTok. The other one came from FB. So when you get that much attention and when your videos get you in front of 20 million future potential clients every 10 to 14 days, it's hard to focus on, other platforms that are not performing. And when you invest the equal, well, not the equal amounts, but when you invest time on other platforms and none of them work, maybe it's because I'm not investing equal amounts of time in each platform, but I still see, TikTok performing a lot better than anything else. And I was especially concerned before Trump got elected that, TikTok might be banned in US. And if it gets banned in US, it will definitely get banned in Canada because we have a corrupt prime minister here. And there's censorship bills, and Bill C-11 and C-18 and so on are censorship bills. So we are under a gag order, and we don't have freedom of speech. And freedom of speech was dwindling in the U.S., and it was dwindling especially. It was a slippery slope in Canada because, once you start censoring more and more and more and more. And the other problem is governments print money, and you have no control over your life unless you start a business. That's why I was adamant about the only way to control your future is by starting a business. Okay, so let's go back to my current mistakes. My current mistakes was focusing so much on TikTok, even though there was a chance that it might be banned, but it was still hard to invest time on other platforms. So what we've been starting to do is as you know, I'm investing quite a bit in artificial intelligence. We have an expert now who's working on, more reach out. We're doing data mining. We're focusing, on bookkeepers. We're focusing on accountants. We're focusing on custom home builders. And how we're doing that is we're data mining 1 million email addresses for each of those demographics. We're sending out emails to them. We're using AI to search who they are before the emails go out. We want to make sure we are investing in the right people, the right companies, or the right leaders. And before the email even goes out, we already have data, because artificial intelligence is great for this. We can search and know who the person is or the leader is behind that company or that idea. And before we send out the first email, the first text, or even the first phone call, and artificial intelligence can initiate 1,600 phone calls per minute. Initiate, and you can choose the voice, the style. I chose a 35-year-old with an English accent to do some of the testing because I love the English accent. But it's amazing how much data you can get by scraping using artificial intelligence to get all this data. So, and when you feed this information and you do A/B testing and you do 1,500 tests, and artificial intelligence can do 1,500 tests to make sure you're sending out the 1,000 or 10,000 emails to the top people who are already searching for what you're trying to offer, even before you send out the first email. Think about the power of this technology. You already know which 10% are more likely to buy, because now you have access to their social media, you have access to their search terms, you have access to everything else, and you even find out what websites are performing, which are not. So that's one of the areas we're focusing on to this massive outreach to new clients that would not normally find me on TikTok, right? The other area we're diving deep into is our competitors to see why they're successful in the management consulting industry or in your industry, whether it's painting or manufacturing or hotels or whatever it is. You can figure out who your competitors are and what terms they're using, and you can steal their research, their 5 years of research and their 5 years of learning by trial and error. Now you can take that over and use it to your advantage. So think about the power that artificial intelligence is going to give you. And this is every day I'm using artificial intelligence at least 20 times a day, and I'm always baffled by how fast it's learning. So if you're not using artificial intelligence, you're not using leverage tools, you're not using social media, you're not creating wealth and you're not allowing artificial intelligence to do 90% of the heavy lifting, you are being left behind. It's not a question if, you are, because your competition is using it, right? So if you want to grow your business, if you want to start a business, now's the time, right? Before everyone starts adopting artificial intelligence and the other leverage tools, these unfair advantages, if you're not using them, it means you're allowing your competitors to get ahead of you. Don't get left behind. I know you're not the type to ask for help, so type yes below. That's your way of asking for help. Just type yes below. We will reach out to you and we'll set up a Zoom call, or go straight to my calendar, my TikTok profile under the link tree. There's a calendar link. Click on it. Better yet, skip that. Join our group mentoring events or individual mentoring events and start having these tools work for you. You can start with as little as $500 a month or $1,000 a month to have artificial intelligence start working for you and start getting you in front of 1 million or 20 million future potential clients, to get you in front of great employees that want to come and work for you. Your clients should be reaching out to you, not you to your clients, right? Your employees, your top level employees should be reaching you, not you trying to find them. Because as soon as you start reaching out to them, they have the negotiating power. If your clients and your employees are reaching to you, you have the negotiating power. Type yes below. Let's get this conversation to the next level. We'll talk soon.